Oh, good morning. It has been a fun morning here. I didn't have to do the midnight launch, but I did order my Nintendo Switch 2 from Walmart. They gave me my 9 a.m. guarantee, and it did get here for 9 a.m. One thing I didn't take into account, though, is that my apartment's main office doesn't open until 9 a.m., so they wouldn't be able to accept the package. So I had to go stand outside and wait for it. Now, I also have Mario Kart World coming today, but it's now past 9 a.m., so I'm safe there. We can get started with this for now. So, let's see. Let's pull this out here. Got some instructions. Okay, seems like pretty simple stuff. Already switched stuff. Right and left Joy-Cons do seem pretty sizable. Have there it is. Get this out. Switch 2. Yep. I gotta say, in the packaging, I can't really tell what side the screen is on, but got that side here. Got more stuff under here. Health and safety information. Who needs it? I'll eat my Switch if I want to. HDMI cable, obviously. Switch 2 Joy-Con straps. Put this aside. We got the Joy-Con grip thing. Nice. I always forget what this is called. Because, I mean, I never use it. Who uses this? Like, at least at this size might be a bit more actually usable, reasonable. Let's see. Hard to see here, but it does kind of wiggle a little bit, but that's only if I'm pushing real hard, so. But like, I'll either play with the Joy-Cons separated, or I'll just play with them on the Switch. Like, if I want to play with them in controller format, I'll get my Pro Controller. So, I don't... It's an option, but you absolutely don't need to buy, like, another one, so. Here's the brick. Is a Type-C to Type-C brick. Nice. Just cord. It's nice that we don't have a proprietary brick. It's just a normal USB Type-C brick. Here is the dock. Go ahead and move our box to the side. Let's get this stuff out. Okay. Dock here. Can see. right here. I guess just pull it off, yeah. Some clips here for it to snap into. Pop it in. Pop it out, okay. Not too bad. Have our LAN port. Nice. HDMI out. AC input. 2 USB ports over here. Nice, nice. Good. USB brick out. Very hefty, as you kind of expect. I don't know why the cable is the only thing that is in a Ziploc bag. So, there's that. Always fun to have random nonsense that has the Nintendo logo on it, so we'll take it. It's always funny to mix and match this stuff with other things. I'll charge my Xbox controller with my Nintendo Power Brick. It's illegal, I know. The new HDMI cable for better HDMIing. I do believe I need to use that one to get the most out of the Switch 2, since the old Switch HDMI is old and not capable of what this can do, I suppose. I'm too tired to go into depth with this, but I'm just excited to get this out and wanted to like something, I suppose. Okay. Joy-Cons feel pretty nice and matte. I don't know. Say, it might change, but like, compare Joy-Con 2 to Joy-Con 1. And I've certainly used this one enough that my hand grease has removed any possible matte. But I don't know, we'll see. And hard to tell. There's a thing on the side here, like a little panel on the side, that I've seen people are planning to, like, either planning to or have already started manufacturing replacement pieces for this that are different colors, so you can have some customization here, since it's just a piece of plastic, which is interesting. I mean, I would like some customization with these, because like just orange and blue kind of boring when you had so many other combinations with the Switch. Like, I mean, the Switch at least launched with your grays, your boring ones if you want to be boring, and then your red and blue, and then I've got these yellow and blue, since yellow and blue are my favorite colors and my favorite color combo. So I'm just saying, if they had a different color scheme for these, I would have gotten it. But I don't know. Maybe it's a production thing. Maybe they wanted to make sure they had enough for launch, so they only made one kind, and they'll have more later. Because I would find it insane if they did not make different colors of these like they did with the original Switch. Because look at what they did with the original Switch and how seemingly well they sold. I guess I don't know exactly how they sold, but they kept doing it like up until the end of the Switch, making new Joy-Cons. So Clearly they weren't, like, flushing money down the drain with that, at least. Yeah. Let's see. Before we get to the main event, let's see these straps. How do they go on? Okay. I know this side's going to be the side that glides, so it's going to go on like this. And then here's the button here. And I'll just click and pop it off. And see, push his little thing out. Beep, 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 beep. Okay. And I mean, sort of. I mean, I don't know. It weirdly feels less comfortable than the Switch 1 on its own. Or maybe it's just the Switch 1 Joy-Con on its own. Maybe that's just because I'm no longer thinking about the size and just how uncomfortable the form factor is, either way, with the strap or not. So, I don't know. But there's that, and... I mean... Can you? You cannot. It would seem. Or I was just doing it wrong? Hold on. Okay, let me try. No, you can. You can mix and match your straps. So that's at least a little more interesting. I mean... Say go bottom to top, I guess. That's the best way to do it. I mean, that makes a nice little thing. Again, I would prefer much more customization and different options than just blue and orange, but... It's like blue and orange can be a nice color combo, but it's really not that interesting or vibrant here, so... It's really just bland. It also... These buttons here, being metal, they do feel cold, which is an interesting thing that I keep going back to touch them after I haven't touched them in a while, and they're cold. Set that aside here. Let's move to the main event. Right, chuck this. Nintendo Switch 2. The piece de resistance. Wow. Now that is a brick. Let's get, of course, Nintendo Switch for scale. I do not have a banana for scale, otherwise I would. But Nintendo Switch is next best thing. It is quite a good bit larger. Now, before I even, I guess, now I will put the Joy-Cons on before I mess with anything, but you can see the sides here. Nice and color-coded, so it is very easy to know. Yep, they fly right in. Just very nice. Let's say some rubber grips here. It's interesting. Pull out the stand. Doesn't really click out like the old one. It's got a lot of resistance, which is good, because I'll show you with my old Switch. So I have a normal Switch. I never got the Switch OLED. In fact, I think this might be the OG Switch. I think I got this before the red box came out. Because I had my original Switch near the launch. Not at launch, because it was impossible to get one. But near launch. Then I had a house fire. Lost my Switch. Got a new one. I don't remember if this is a red box or if it's the original. I'm not sure. I might be able to hack this. I might not. But, I have to push real hard for it to stay in. Because otherwise... No, it's not going to do it, but... It's real finicky. Not because I would constantly use the kickstand, but because I would constantly fiddle with it, and I wore it out. This, on the other hand, is not something for fiddling, so... It does have a nice click in, though. And I can already see some dust and dirt build up. But that is fine. You can see got our USB port on top, HDMI, our game card slot. Okay. Now that is interesting. It's like a whole compartment pulls up and pulls out. Weird. Okay. It's a lot more heavy duty, it seems. Everything feels nice. It does feel generally like bigger Switch, though the joysticks do feel weird. I don't know. Something to get used to. But anyways, let's pop these Joy-Con back out real quick. Felt kind of weird, like I was just holding the button and it wasn't doing much. I had to pull outward while pushing the button, so I can't really do both at the same time. It's kind of one at a time. At least it seems. I'm gonna try again. Right quick. Yeah, so there is still a good bit of resistance. You do need to pull outward as you while you're pushing the button in order for it to actually let go. Now, what I'm interested in is, will my old Switch case work at all? Not is it going to be like reasonable to like actually put this behemoth in when it was meant for this little dude, but if I just put in the screen and then carry the Joy-Con separately, will it work? Say, because this case has some sentimental value, so if I can continue using it, I'm going to. But let's see. It kind of, almost, sort of. Might not be the best idea. And I also can't carry around my 3DS as well. I would have to take that out because it's bulging down and yeah. Because normally the Switch would sink lower in, but it is like right sticking in Like, it is barely fitting, but technically fitting. It is possible. A good idea? Not really. But with this case specifically, it is possible. So I will kind of do that. So I'm not really planning on being as on the go with this as I was with my original Switch, since I got that while I was still in high school. But for now, sentimental value is being kept, and this will get some more use for a bit longer. I don't think this is actually any like ancient Sheikah text that actually translates to anything, but it does like match the look. So the person who gave me this gift, even though they didn't really know what they're getting, they did a very good job, and that's the sentimental value. So I'm pleased to know that it will get at least a little more life out of it. So. But the only thing left to do now is fully set it up. So I think I'm going to cut the video here. Go ahead and do that real quick. Set it up. And I'm going to start streaming.